I don't know about you, but that looked like money.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeremy, and today we're going to have a look at the 59 Topps football and the 6 rookie cards that are in the 59 Topps football set. Real quick though, 59 Topps football at a glance, it was a 176 card set. They printed this set in two 88 card series. Up to this point, it would be the largest set that Topps ever produced. As mentioned before, there are rookie cards of 6 Hall of Famers in the set. There's also the rookie card of Max McGee, who is best known for scoring the first touchdown in Super Bowl history. If you're a Packer collector, Max McGee's rookie card is in this set. Funny enough, most times the later series cards of sets are more scarce than the first series, but in 1959, the first series was actually printed less than the second series. So there is a little more scarcity to the first series. It doesn't seem to be that drastic from what I've seen. Lastly, the Jim Taylor rookie card, he's a Hall of Famer. That's not Jim Taylor on his card. That is another Jim Taylor from the St. Louis Cardinals. So I guess it is Jim Taylor, just not Green Bay's Jim Taylor. Kind of sucks to have your rookie card and it not be you. They didn't ever correct this. In fact, there are a lot of little subtle errors in 59 Topps, but they never corrected them, and there's no real price difference because they're errors. Moving on to my favorite thing, and that's the data, the pop reports. I love looking at these because you can just see how little there are of football cards. I know I say it in every video, and I'll say it again. Football cards are just not nearly as available as baseball. As you can see here, it looks like via PSA, most of these rookie cards hover around about 1,000 or so pop total. Not a lot, as you know. Yeah, they all hover right around that 1,000 mark, except for Del Schaffner, who, if you look on the right, Del Schaffner is one of the most underappreciated, underrated, overlooked wide receivers ever. Go look up his stats. The dude was amazing for 6 seasons. I don't know if there was anybody better during that time. But his pop is, PSA, it's under 300 and only 25 for SGC. So if you're a speculator on somebody who might make the Hall one day, Schaffner is a pretty good one to speculate on, and he won't cost you very much. Whether he gets in or not, who knows? Anyway, back to the Hall of Famers. Looking at the PSA pop, again, they all hover around 1,000 total. PSA dwarfs the SGC pop report, as you can see, by about 5x. Weirdly enough, Jim Parker, there's only a little over 100 Jim Parkers graded by SGC. And it looks like he's the lowest graded on PSA as well. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Again, not a lot of numbers. If you are an SGC person, slab person, they are very hard to come by. Right around 200 or so. That's it. That's all that's out there. Anyway, enough of this data junk. Let's take a look at some cards. All right, let's look at some cards here. First up, the rookie card of Sam Huff, graded a PSA 5. I forgot to mention earlier that there are no really what I would call expensive cards in this set. 6 Hall of Famers, yes, but nothing that's really going to break the bank, which is kind of nice if you're putting a set together. It's a good one to start with if you're kind of new. 59 Tops is a nice looking set and pretty easy to put together. Alright, next up we've got Webster's dad, Alex Karras. If you don't know who Webster is, just Google Webster TV show and you'll know what I'm talking about. Alex Karras, legendary Detroit Lion. This is mine in a PSA 4, a very nice looking PSA 4. And you can see on the back, right here, this is where the, I guess you're supposed to take a coin and scratch the back off to get the answer. I haven't noticed like prices being different for cards that have that scratch and those that don't. Doesn't seem to matter to people. And I don't know if the graders care. I assume they do, but I have no idea. I mean, I assume if you rub the back of this that there's going to be some sort of marks or surface indentations or something, but I don't know. But anyway, that's the Alex Karras. Next up is the Jerry Kramer. This card really pops, the orange and the blue. Mine's in a PSA 7. Really good looking card. But again, it's not going to set you back a whole ton. Yeah, interesting. Next up is the Bobby Mitchell. I have mine in an old grade, SGC 7.5. This one looks kind of cool too, the green and the brown. This set just screams 50s, doesn't it? Just looks like something out of the 50s, just the way they did it. Alright, next up is the Jim Parker. One of the greatest one of the greatest tackles of all time. It's kind of cool looking at the 59 Tops again. I haven't looked at it in a while. But man, it's a really, really nice set. Very colorful, if you're into that sort of thing. And this is a Jeremy Special half grade, graded a 6.5. I love the half grades. The last Hall of Famer rookie in the set is Jim Taylor, which is not Jim Taylor, but it is Jim Taylor. It's just not the right Jim Taylor. As you can see here, he's wearing the St. Louis Cardinals jersey because that's the Jim Taylor from the Cardinals, not the Jim Taylor from the Packers. Nonetheless, this is Jim Taylor's rookie card, and it's an error that was never corrected by Topps. This one is a PSA 5. Good job, Topps. You screwed up Jim Taylor's rookie card. I'm going to show one more. This isn't a rookie, or I'm sorry, it is a rookie, but it's not a Hall of Famer, though we probably should be, and that's the Del Schaffner. I touched on Del Schaffner a little bit in the beginning of the video, but this guy was an all-decade team member. Y.A. Tittle threw to him a ton with the Giants. He's the reason that zone defenses exist against the pass. And he put up some ridiculous numbers when he played. Injuries cut his career short. And I think he had an issue with ulcers too. But for a 6-year stretch, he was among the best wide receivers, not only in the NFL, but also the AFL. And if you know anything about the AFL was a pass-happy league. Schaffner is part of the run-heavy NFL and still put up ridiculous numbers. Whether he gets in the Hall of Fame one day or not, I don't know. He's the only all-decade team wide receiver to not be in the Hall of Fame. I think he should be given serious consideration. Regardless, this is a cool-looking card. Yellow on pink. Who'd have thunk that would work, but it kind of does. And I picked this card up. Yes, it's got a ugly print dot there, as you can see. But I think I paid $6 for this plus shipping, so I think all in I was under 12 bucks. I figured, what the hell, why not? If he makes the Hall of Fame one day, I've already got the card, and if he doesn't, it's still got a nice little story about it. So yeah, Del Schaffner, hopefully a future Hall of Fame member, we'll see. As of now, he's been shut out. Hopefully that changes. I think, I've said this before, the NFL does a horrible job promoting their past. They do a great job promoting their now, but they don't promote their past very well at all. I don't know why that is. Baseball is so good at it, and because of that, I feel like players of baseball's past are more relevant, whereas players of football's past get forgotten rather quickly and easily, and it's a shame, really. I think people need to learn about the game. You know, I see comments all the time, especially about quarterbacks who are in the Hall of Fame, like, oh, they suck, look at their completion percentage, blah, blah, blah. Or they only threw for this many yards or threw this many interceptions. What people don't seem to understand is that the pass game, most notably pass defense, was very, very different until the 70s, early 80s. Defenders were pretty much able to do what they wanted to a receiver as long as it didn't impede the receiver catching the ball. So a lot of bump and run. Mel Blount was notoriously good at bumping the hell out of receivers as they were running routes, and that was legal. So there's a reason why completion percentages that were in the mid-50s, lower 60s were considered great. They were considered top-notch. You know, so just a quick little education session here for people who don't know. You can't look at past quarterbacks' numbers the same as you can QBs from the last 20, 30 years. You just can't do it. Completely different game. It's been opened up so that receivers can't be touched at all, really. And that's why I have these obscene numbers. And that's what makes, you know, I'm a homer, but that's what makes Dan Marino's record in the early 80s still that much more impressive, because he did it before the rules were really relaxed on being able to touch wide receivers. Marino was doing it, you know, well before that was all opened up. And prior to that, you know, Tittle and Jurgensen and some others were, even Namath, you know, Namath broke the 4,000 yard mark in the 60s. That was unheard of. That was unheard of. Anyway, sorry for the rant. It just drives me nuts when people say, you know, so-and-so sucked because of this. People just need to kind of learn about the game's past, and the NFL does a really crappy job at it. Anyway, if you've stuck around this long and stuck around for my rant, cool. I appreciate it. If not, you're not hearing this message anyway. But more videos to come. I've got a really cool, unique autogram item that I can't wait to show off and talk about. Hopefully that'll be early next week. And then I'll follow that up with the autogram regular issue card run as well, because I've finally completed that. Thanks again. I got a card show this weekend. Hopefully I find some cool stuff there. If not, then I don't. Thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. Take care. Be safe out there.